What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and in today's episode we are going to be looking, as you can see, at XRP. We're also going to be looking at Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, VONG, which is the Russell 1000, and the S&P 500. Some exciting news and things to go over in today's episode. For starters, stock market hit its bottom as we thought. We had just slightly kind of moved the this bottom support a little bit lower, figuring out that we could see this recent retest here. Oh, come on. I just grabbed this most recent retest as a reversal. Like, there's a chance that this could actually be causing correction to the upside here, which is exactly what we did. Look at this. Like, this is the third point of reversal here. VONG is doing a similar movement where we've continued to stay inside of here. Very interesting, but rebounding off this and heading higher. I think it's phenomenal. Exceptional, to be honest with you here. Bitcoin has surprisingly climbed back into its price ceiling we had thought we would reject as of yesterday, where we currently were. Good thing is we waited for confirmation closure. It closed us above here, so I did not buy in for a short, as I was explaining in yesterday's episode here. Although I still think there is a huge possibility of seeing that correction here. I'm just going to give it a bit more time. This is Ethereum. We have Bitcoin, which this is what I'm talking about. Why I think, or this is XRP now, why I think correction is definitely a big possibility, as we're now back up to retest major resistance. I think it's going to cause a correction. That's what we'll look at today. Same thing with Solana. Even though I didn't buy in yesterday, I still think we're leaning really close to the big possibility of correction instead of reversal back to the upside here. So lots of peculiar things to go over in today's episode. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. Let's get right into today's episode. So guys, before I dive into the technical analysis, remember BitFi is the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. You can buy long, sell short, leverage trade, create stop losses, take profits. But the best part is they have a new user reward right now that is $8,100 in free bonus cryptocurrency to those that decide to sign up with the link down in the description below. And on top of that, they have daily rewards that reset every single day for people that have already signed up to BitFi here, exclusive and even hot rewards. So lots to go over, lots of free cryptocurrency to take advantage of here. More info on BitFi later on in today's episode, but to dive right into today's video, you can see the CMC 48 on the Fear and Greed Index. You can see right here, kind of neutral, kind of not doing much of anything. And then if I zoom in, you can see we're certainly consolidating. We did fall at one point over the weekend here. And then since Monday, we've kind of been on an uptrend, an upscale, a movement back up. Some cryptos higher than others. I don't think Bitcoin is higher than where it was, no. But we are on the up and up, and some of them are just about even with where they were prior. You could see like XRP and BNB. So it's really just consolidation here. After this major pullback reversal to the downside, we're now right back to pretty much where we started, which is good news. This consolidation is certainly healthy and helpful, but we are at the same point even on the 4-hour charts here. This is Solana for those that are wondering. But to look or to start on XRP here, you can see here's why I think some of these cryptos show signs of seeing movements higher, like Bitcoin, for example. We're back inside this sideways channel here, this symmetrical triangle. So there's a chance it could head higher. But when you look at like XRP, for example, here, if anything, this looks more on the fence. Like I would expect to see it reverse and correct than anything else. But very simply put, we are tracking a short-term, or on the daily, but a short-term lower high, lower low fractal here, heading lower and lower and lower. And each time is lower highs and lower lows. And we've been rejecting off this yellow resistance for quite a while now. You can see how we broke through this floor here on this uptrend and fell to the downside, retested neckline of the massive head and shoulders pattern, reversed back up to moving average, and that's where we're retesting right now. So here's the thing. Even though this is a bullish, textbook bullish pattern here, if we don't breach this major ceiling right here, I'd very likely expect us to fall back down. We have this moving average acting as resistance. We have the downtrend acting as resistance. And you can see how volume is kind of stalling here. Again, it's hit or miss, but really what it comes down to is how we close this candle. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, will determine which direction we enter a trade on. If we close below here and start to see movement to the downside, I'm going to take advantage of that, figuring a short and a correction back down, which is very, very, very likely. There's a very high chance of correction to the downside here. But on the flip side, if we can confirm closure, it should be very obvious on the daily. So pretty much in 11 hours, if this candle right here closes above the $2.18 and we close closer to like $2.25, somewhere above moving average here outside the downtrend, I would likely suspect us to continue to head up higher. I'd even say conservatively, we breach $2.26 because this moving average is going to be a bit of a problem. So if we close out here, it's more of an aggressive buy. Even a little bit higher, that's more of a conservative to moderate buy here. But it all comes down to how we react right in this level here. This is what it all comes down to. This could cause a major correction, which we can short, or a major run, which we can long. But then if you scale out, you'll notice we are in a very large head and shoulders pattern, which is notoriously bearish. It notoriously causes corrections to the downside. So when you factor this in, this looks like more so possibilities of seeing a dump, a reversal on XRP than any of these other cryptocurrencies, or pretty much all of them. It just shows more of a sign of correction than anything else. So I am leaning more towards a short in the near future than a long in XRP. But either way, we could take advantage of this on BitFi because BitFi has XRP to leverage trade, which honestly, not that many exchanges do. You can see here, I should have it favorited. Here it is. Nope. Yeah, here it is. Favorited. We have XRP. So when that opportunity prevails, when it reveals itself here, we'll be able to take advantage of it. And if you go to the trading view charts here, and then we can scale it not to the 1 minute, which is insane, move it to the daily charts here, you could see how it kind of looks like there's a head and shoulders. Some of you guys said that we've already broken out of this, like it's not accurate. And if that's the case, then awesome. More power to us, expecting to see a bullish run to the upside. But in my mind, something certainly is forming here. I don't think there's this downtrend. I mean, it could be accurate. That's kind of eerie now that I think about it. Is that something I could even draw on here? Because that might change things up too. That could very much so, put the possibilities. Like if I delete this right now and we extend this, yeah, that's eerie. That certainly is eerie. That could now, indicate possible downtrend in this direction. You guys are confirming that the head and shoulders had been breached, which is still a big possibility. And regardless, there's still this kind of fractal forming here. There's still this kind of downtrend forming here. Even if I delete this, you can kind of see how we're reacting to this. Either way, it does show this kind of symmetrical triangle and filling this in. And either way, it still is bearish on the short term. Like there still is a very good chance of correcting. You can see this fractal here. You can see we had one in the past, but we're not going to look at that. But you can see how there's a good chance we'll reject and continue to fill this in. And what that means is we'll be able to short this on BitFi here very easily. BitFi also has a demo account. You guys saw the bonus account for you to take advantage of the rewards, but they have a demo account here where you can practice your trades on XRP, which is right here. So you can practice what we're talking about. Like, there's plenty of opportunities here, but you can see that you can take advantage of the demo and short this, put an entry and short it and test your luck. Here's the downtrend just like this. Test your luck. See if we're going to break out long. See if we're going to break out short. We could draw this in right around here. You can see us filling in the gap very nicely here. So when it comes time and we call a short, enter on the demo account. See if you make a profitable trade on the demo account without risking anything. And if you can make successful trades on the demo, then you can head on over to the live trade, use the bonus money they give you and practice, or not even practice, but try the real thing. So it's very cool that they offer these kind of step up programs here, which I think is phenomenal. Why in the world did it delete my charts? That is very irritating. Bad BitFi. But you can see kind of the downtrend right like this, and then this horizontal pattern right like this for the most part here. This is, for the most part, what it is that we are looking at and honing in on here is this kind of symmetrical triangle or descending triangle that's forming here, and the rejection could cause a short in the very near future. Oh, here it is. Very strange. But even then, I want to pull this down just a hair. Moving forward from XRP, you can see like Solana looks bearish too, which is why I think a lot of these cryptos show signs of correction here, because we're now retesting moving average. We're near overbought on the moving average, but more so we're retesting this, and we're probably going to see a short opportunity prevail. That's what I want to take advantage of. That's what you guys need to take advantage of too, is that there's a good chance of a short. I don't think we'll have enough volume to break through it, although this is a very bullish bull flag formation here, and it's very obvious that a bull flag could, this could breach us to the upside. That, this at some point, even if we see another rally, then it could break. But ideally, this has a lot of weight, and this could cause correction. Ethereum, a little wonky in a downtrend still. This could also scream a drop or a correction here. Bitcoin, not so much. I think it has a mind of its own at this point here. I'm trying to figure out Might even be able to scale this a bit different. I think at this point now, we're not in this descending fractal and we're more so in something like this. But this would also be bearish, you can see. So lower, this is definitely what is probably forming on Bitcoin now that I mention it here. A lower high, lower low pattern. This ends bullish, but in the short term bearish here. Vong looks okay. Pre-day trade is exactly where we closed yesterday, so consolidation is what I expect, and the same thing with the S&P. But with that being said, smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.